What's up, everybody? For 3 million of you approximately out there that have been getting Social Security and also a government pension, or maybe you didn't know this, that maybe you were just getting a government pension, but we're only getting this really, really small Social Security check, or actually zero at all. You're like, wait a second. I worked for a job where I paid in the dreaded four-letter word FICA tax for over 10 years and qualified for Social Security. I'm not getting my full Social Security. What the heck's up with that? Well, there's these provisions called government pension offset, as well as windfall elimination provision, where if you worked for a federal, state, local government position, let's say it's like a firefighter, a teacher, a policeman, whatever, and you were going into their pension program, but you weren't paying into the Social Security system, and you weren't paying your FICA tax at that time. So you've got a job, either A, you worked before the government pension situation, or a job you worked after the government job that you had, and you basically qualified for Social Security either way. Well, what's going on is a lot of people didn't realize on their Social Security statement that they were looking at this, getting ready to retire, and they're like, oh, wow, I'm going to get my Social Security benefit and I'm going to get my government pension. Well, they go along and then they find out that either A, they were getting this Social Security payment, but then all of a sudden they get this nasty gram that says, hey, you owe us $18,000 for overpaid Social Security benefits. You're like, what? What the heck is that? A lot of people don't even know about this, where they come in and they pull back all that Social Security they paid you, which you weren't at the time, or like prior to this legislation that was just signed into law here in January by President Biden, that you weren't entitled to all that Social Security. So now we got the situation where the president has signed the bill. It's got bipartisan support, obviously. And now this government pension offset and windfall elimination provision no longer applies. So government pension offset has to do with if you did work in this government position where you didn't pay into Social Security, but you're entitled to your spousal benefit or a survivor benefit of your spouse, let's say. And that would reduce that spousal or survivor benefit usually down to zero, if anything. But the windfall elimination provision would only apply to your own working record where you worked for somebody else and paid FICA and then worked for the government position. And then there would be this windfall elimination offset, which is usually like $500 or so of your Social Security, which is huge for a lot of people. So bottom line is that's been eliminated for over 3 million people is what the estimate is. And the great thing about this for you guys is that going back, it actually goes back to 2024. But if you go on the website, I want to show you this real quick on ssa.gov. So you really need to pay attention to this big time because this is where all the magic is going to happen. And let me pull this up and I'll zoom into it. So on this ssa.gov, on the very home page, it talks about it right here. The Social Security Fairness Act. That's what you're going to be looking for, updates around all that, and seeing what they come out with, when you're going to get your back payments that were reduced for 2024, and then when are your payments going to potentially increase. You want to monitor this, contact your financial advisor, your CPA, whatever tracks us. And matter of fact, our firm, Wilkins Wealth Management Group, what we're going to be doing is giving you access to the top-rated financial planning software in the country. And you can only get access to this through a financial advisor like myself or somebody else that has access to it. We actually will be able to go over tax planning with you. We can look at your Social Security. Matter of fact, we can run simulated 1040s and look how much your Social Security might be offset depending on how much you earned when you started, all that kind of stuff. We get into retirement planning. We get into tax planning for small business owners. A lot of small business owners are paying way too much in FICA. They don't realize there's ways to reduce that via unique ways on your W-2s and how to pay yourself insurance, how to pay your health savings account contributions, all this through the business, and get these deductions and save you literally like 15.3% on your FICA tax. What the FICA? right? So we get into investment planning, all kind of different things out there. In retirement planning, we look at all your cash flow projections throughout the year. Great tool. There's a segment on here on that. I'll give you a quick snapshot of that, and I'm going to let you then I'm going to tell you how to do that. So you go up here to Retirements tab. This is where that Social Security magic can happen. We analyze all that in here, taking a look at what happens with this. And then here's the cash flow planning. We really look at this in depth on our software, and I'll show you this, literally going year by year through your projected future and what happens to assets and where you end up and all that kind of stuff. So bottom line is, you want to reach out and get access to this, or just talk to us in general, get a second look at all your finances, tax planning, we can do it for you. And we actually have our saying is up front for that initial consult, if we do it, for whatever it takes to invest in us, if we can't save you that amount, we refund the difference. But here's how you contact us on this. Text us at 513-657-0989. Or go to william.wilkins@lpl.com, email us, or finally, you can go to pursuefinancialfreedom.com and click on the contact button up there and send us your info, and we'll get you access to the software. So be on the lookout, ssa.gov, for future updates. We appreciate you joining on. If you haven't subscribed and want to get more updates, we're going to be putting them out as we can when we get them. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll go from there and help you out, hopefully. Have a great rest of your day.
Too many days in the darkness without a glimpse of the light. Running tired and broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight.